Hey guys, it is Tyler from the future, and I'm here to let you know that for some reason when I was exporting this video, something got corrupted. I'm not sure what it is, but something got corrupted, and the first 50 seconds or so of this video is really poor quality. I wish that there was something else I could do to change it, but I had plans to post this video today anyways, so here it is. I hope you'll look past it and enjoy it anyways. Yeah, thanks guys.
Throughout the history of storytelling and gaming, there have been so many memorable characters, whether it be from their wacky personalities like Dante from Devil May Cry, or the ability to connect with them and feel their struggle like Joel from The Last of Us. Or maybe they're just designed to stand out like Mario, or Link, or Master Chief. All of these characters are able to float around rent-free in our minds. There has been an unlimited amount of discussion for who takes the cake as the best video game character of all time. Some would tell you Kratos is the best for his badassery and great fathering skills.
I don't trust stairs. They are always up to something.
Oh my god.
Or Nathan Drake for his wit and charm and whatever this is. But no, I'm here to give you a definitive answer on who the best video game character of all time is. This guy. What can I say about the Yakuza series that hasn't already been said? It's very fun, it's very weird, and yeah, it's a little bit horny. But the thing that I think people talk about the most is how quickly the tone can entirely shift in the game. One minute you could be beating up some baddies to a pulp outside a 7-Eleven, and next thing you know you're breaking it down in an epic dance battle at the disco. This kind of outlandish bipolar nature is what sets a game like Yakuza 0 apart from any other. In Yakuza 0, you play as two different protagonists, one being Kiryu, an ex-Yakuza member, which basically means he was kicked out of the Japanese mafia. And also, you guessed it, the man himself, Goro Majima. Today we're going to be focusing on the latter, because Majima has possibly the best character introduction I've ever seen in a video game. But before I break down this incredible entrance, I need to give you guys some background on what builds up to it. First off, the beginning hours of the game are completely focused on our other lead, Kiryu. Now, it's not at all that Kiryu's story is boring, because I actually find it pretty interesting. You see as he is banished from the Yakuza family for a murder he had not committed. But compared to Majima's story, Kiryu's story doesn't quite match the excitement. But after a few hours of gameplay pass, they suddenly change perspective to a new character. The scene opens on a cabaret, which is basically a restaurant with live music and waitresses that try to convince you to spend more money by flirting with you. Did I not warn you already that this game is horny? Anyways, two rich businessmen enter. The older one clearly worried about running into any Yakuza members at the restaurant. The younger one explains that he is positive this place is safe. There is a certain mysterious confidence in his voice, almost as if he knew for sure that there was something protecting them. Foreshadowing. They both arrive at a table and two attractive women join them and get the night started. The girls convince them to order not one bottle, not two bottles, but 4 bottles of their most expensive champagne. So needless to say, they're pretty good at their job. Then that is when the whole conversation takes a turn, as they start discussing the owner of the cabaret. And almost on cue, a disturbance is heard from the table below, and the music is cut short. Some Yakuza mafia-looking guy is getting a little too tipsy and a little too handsy for his own good. This obviously startles the older man because this is exactly what he was worried about. But the young man replies with, "Don't sweat it, Chief. It'll all be over in a sec. He will come handle it." Him. As if the tension couldn't build any higher in this moment, that's when you see your first glance of him, the owner of the cabaret. Swag and respect with every step he takes. Goro Majima enters the room. Here's where it gets interesting though. Majima doesn't kick this guy out like we all expected. Instead, he thanks the guy for coming to the cabaret and kindly asks him to respect the women and the rules of the restaurant. The drunk man takes this and just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing his limits. But it is clear that Majima has the upper hand here, and things really take a turn at this point when the man pours champagne all over Majima's face. And yet, his response may be the biggest power move of the decade.
ありがとうございます。私はこの酒を一度浴びるように飲んでみたかったのですが、おかげさまで夢が叶いました。
That's right, listen. He thanks him again and tells him that this is a dream of his. This is the last straw for the drunk, as he then resorts to violence, swinging the bottle at Majima as he dodges each attack with ease, still cool as ice. One final time, he repeats his request that the man settles down and follows the rules, even offering to let him leave in peace. But again, the Yakuza man just won't listen. Then boom, the epic climax. The band begins to play behind them and the hype in this moment is too much to take. Majima gives the Yakuza exactly what he wants, to fight it out. However, he already pledged to never raise his hands to a customer, because after all,
お客様は神様ですから。
this is the moment when you guys, the player at home, realizes that this is going to be the next character that you're controlling. In this sequence, you're allowed to do one thing and one thing only: dodge out of the way of the Yakuza's attacks. There's so much style and confidence in this fight sequence to even make simply evading attacks riveting. Once you finally tire out the man, he reaches for a knife to perform one more strike, but clearly he has not learned his lesson because Majima just yeets him over his shoulder and disarms him. The crowd goes wild, and it's honestly one of the most satisfying moments in any game I've ever played. Although the Yakuza member is being carried away by security, there is still one thing Majima must do to make things right. At the end of the day, Goro Majima is true to himself and his own beliefs, and he has never intended to embarrass and destroy the man's livelihood, even though he probably deserves it. So he gives the man a choice: go to jail, lose his job, and probably ruin his life, or turn his life around and pay for everybody's drinks. Majima even lifts an ID to prove that he can in fact pay for all the drinks, which means that at some point in the fight he was able to pickpocket off of him. Bam, that's another crazy power move. He then does the most noble and shameless thing he could do, by getting on his knees and begging that he makes things right. Even after getting wine poured on his face, having an employee seriously harassed, and even an attempt on his own life, he still takes the blame for everything. The Yakuza of course agrees, and Majima wins the hearts of everyone in the room, including the man who started all this in the first place. This is a perfect setup for a character because it shows his full method from start to finish of how to win over an entire room. That method being, keep calm and make sure everybody wins. The audience wins because they had a great show and now all their drinks are paid for. The Yakuza man wins because now he's seen as a hero for paying for the drinks. And Majima wins because not only does he have the respect from everybody in the room, he also got to taste his favorite wine. Thank you guys for watching. I am absolutely loving Yakuza 0. I thought that it would be a good time to make a video on it. If you guys want to see more content like this, breaking down a scene or a character from a video game, please let me know in the comments, and of course leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later.